Hi, Dr. Binswanger.
Hi.
You said in your talk for the second handle that it's people equals reality and social primacy of consciousness.
People what?
People equal reality
Yeah.
and in social primacy of consciousness. And then you said, but they don't accept their views, the people, and you said ask about that in the Q&A.
Yeah.
So
Why don't they, instead of saying people equal reality, why don't they say other people know by their thinking what I don't know because I haven't been thinking? I mean, that, logically you could look back and say, I never thought about any of this stuff. They seem real confident. They must have thought it through. Why don't people have that view? And then they would ask, well, what's your reasons for thinking that selfishness is bad? What's your reason for thinking equality is good? Why don't they do that? Why did they equate people with the reality? Because they're not self-conscious. Part of free will is being self-conscious. If you didn't think, there are times when you decide, I'm not going to study for that exam. If I fail it, I fail it. But I just can't stand this stuff. I'm not going to do it. If you do that, and you go in the exam and you fail it, you come out, well, I guess that didn't work. But, I said I'd accept it, and I guess I have to. That's not what happens in life. It's not that people are self-aware and decide not to think and know they didn't. They don't know what went on. Here I am, I find myself thinking so-and-so, like selfishness is bad? Yeah. Where did you get that idea? Well, everybody knows it. They don't say, well, my mother repeatedly told me, Harry, you weren't put on this earth just to serve yourself. See, I know it because I thought about it and rejected it. But they don't know where they got their ideas. They don't know how the content of their consciousness got in there. So it just seems like it's perceptually obvious. Selfishness, who doesn't know that? Everybody knows that there's a God. Everybody knows that the world is flat. Whatever they hold. Okay, so they don't have the view that the other people, that anybody gets to an idea by a process. So they think that there's just content of reality in there. They don't understand that there's an external world. You go through certain mental processes and you come out with a conclusion. Even when that goes on, they're not aware of it. So they think that the mind is just equivalent to fact. What's in the mind, in other people's minds, since they're confident, that must be fact. So people's minds equal. There's no independent reality. I used to teach college, and I would make the point, society can be wrong. Wait, society? Well, how can? For instance, when Columbus sailed out, people thought the world was flat, but it wasn't. They were wrong. Columbus knew all along the world was round. But wasn't it round for them? Always get that. It's like a third of the class. But it was round for them. Flat. It was flat for them, the people who thought it was flat for them. And it chills me because they don't have the idea of an independent, objective reality. Peter Schwartz just wrote an article in the Huffington Post, was it? Or Real Clear Politics on the lack of the idea of objective reality. That's why objectivism starts with existence exists, because we make a distinction between consciousness and people's minds. They don't, because they are not aware of how things got into their mind.